Ever heard about ADA? Or more specifically, the Americans with Disabilities Act? Well, today, we're going to talk about that. Let's get it. Picture this. The time is the 18th or 19th century, and you're a disabled person. You were in a tragic accident, and you can't walk anymore, so you're bound to a wheelchair. Because you're in a wheelchair, you always have to have someone pushing you around. And you can still roll with yourself, but what about when you get to the steps? It sucks, because now you have to have someone literally carry you in your wheelchair up. Well, a lot of other disabled people didn't like that either. They formed several groups, one including the American Coalition of Citizens with Disabilities, or ACCD. This was an activist group that decided to do something about it. In part 2, we'll learn more about that fight. Hey, quick note. Although I said someone in a wheelchair, note that there are people with disabilities that you may not be able to see. A common misconception about disabled people is that you have to look a certain way to be disabled. And that's just crazy, because there are some disabilities that you can't see in people without, getting to know them. So please, as you traverse the world, be kind to everyone you meet, and just be nice. So here's the deal. These activist groups were fighting to change current regulations under the 1973 Rehabilitation Act. Several sections such as 501 and 503 basically gave support for disabled people working in the federal workplace or places where federal tax dollars are being received. 504 and 8 covered more of the prohibition of discriminating based on disabilities and granted these people equal rights, equal access to supportive resources. Here's the caveat. The regulations were written, but not implemented. Or in other words, these things meant nothing without it being signed by legislation. Mind blown. How are you gonna write something and not put it into action? That's like me putting peanut butter on apples and not eating them. If you know, you know. Hello. Anyways, the activists thought the same thing too. And since they were worried that the review process would actually lessen the chance of the regulations being passed, a sit-in was organized. You may be familiar with the word sit-in, but if you're not, no problem. This basically meant that the activists and other people just sat down in certain places. In this case, it was the federal offices of the Health, Education, and Welfare Department, also known as the people doing the review. These sit-ins started on the 5th of April and didn't end until the 27th when the regulations were finally signed. At least we got it done. They finally got something done that really aids disabled people even coming in today to living lives as much normal as they could. I really hope you enjoyed this journey. We had a fun time. You might hear some music playing in the background right there. Shout out to my video editor, yours truly. Hello, I am a one-man band, okay? But anyways, I had a fun time. And I hope you did too. Here's my SoundCloud right here. Or somewhere over here. Forget it. I'll put my SoundCloud some here. You can check out some of the beats that I make. And have an awesome day.